thing about what's wrong with you if you don't like puns too. There's like a whole thing.
I
It
like
means you're
them.
uptight.
Well, you know me.
It means you're like some kind of hipster, language hipster, basically.
No, that's not what it means. I
Just
think we're
switch it
live. Can
up.
you check if we're live?
I believe we are. I'm checking right now. In case we are, I wanted to talk to you about some big
We're
news.
going live.
Okay, shh. What are you saying?
I'll do it live.
Sorry for the
I love it.
disruption, folks.
I love it. Are you kidding? So hello. Did you hear that Disney and Fox are now
Oh
one
my
thing?
gosh, Disney owns 21st Century Fox now.
That is
And
fucking nuts.
it is crazy because now we can actually have good X-Men in the Deadpool movies. That's all I need.
I am so honestly, it's all Deadpool for me.
Yeah.
I want Deadpool to show up in every Marvel movie.
Yes.
Just as like a background character drinking tea. Like I just want him there.
Yeah, it's yes. Yes.
I'm so excited. I mean, obviously we talked about Marvel a whole bunch here, even though it has nothing to do with gaming, except
Sure.
for the Spider-Man game. But I'm excited. I'm excited for the possibilities now. I really feel like there's a chance here. Of course, there's this giant concern about like, is it too much? Does Disney own too much? Is this going to be a problem? Is it going to really hinder competition? And we see that happening in the gaming community, of course, and that's always a concern that everyone's just in these tent poles of these giant, the EAs and the Activisions, and it's brought us microtransactions. It's brought us really un-consumer-friendly practices as far as everything going with the Epic Store. So I have that concern.
Yeah.
But I'm also really excited.
I'm super excited.
Cool. Well,
Yes.
Making sure that we're still live here. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so I am the corporate entity previously known as Tony, aka Paradox. What previous corporate designation were you last known as?
Hello, I am Lauren, and I'm also known as Caustic Sofa. And we are the first person installment war simulator gamers. Ooh, that was a mouthful. And tonight, we are trying to get one trophy in Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. Welcome, live Twitch viewers, and welcome to everyone else watching later on YouTube to Two Gamers, One Trophy.
It's still March, and that means we're still playing March PS Plus games. It's springtime, the flowers are blooming, butterflies are fluttering, and warfare is commencing. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered is the major PS Plus release for March 2019. It's the big one that they advertise the service for, so let's see how it plays.
That's right. I am hands-on with this game for the very first time. I will be playing and giving you our impressions of the game so that you will know whether Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered is worth downloading or skipping over. Also, Tony will be here with lots of factoids and trivia. I'm sorry, he is not Tony anymore. He's Paradox. So he has tons of factoids and trivia, and he'll be helping me complete the trophy challenge that we have tonight.
That's right. We here at Two Gamers One Trophy don't just review all of the PS4 free PS Plus titles. We like to add a little extra trophy challenge to our gameplay. And tonight we'll be doing a challenge I like to call a targeted trophy, which means I'm challenging Lauren to get a very specific trophy in the game. The trophy is going to be called Make the Jump, which you get for infiltrating a cargo ship, a bronze trophy at 57.89% common, according to psnprofiles.com.
Cool, cool, cool. So we invite all of our live viewers to join in the Twitch chat. Hi, we love talking with you. So let us know if you're playing along, if you've played the game, what your impressions are, if you've gotten the trophy that we're going after, yada yada. And for those of you joining later on YouTube, give us some internet cred. You can like, subscribe, and comment. No more delay. We start playing this game right now. Oh, I have to accept some terms of service first.
We always read them in full. By accepting the trademark
Blah,
terms
blah,
of...
blah, blah, blah. We now own your soul.
Oh, and if you're watching, it owns your soul too. It's just standard EULA. So while you're reading and giving your life away, this was developed by Infinity Ward. They did all of the Call of Duty titles before this, and the remastered version of this was developed by Raven Software. It was published by Activision, both the original and the remastered, and the game engine used was the IW 3.0, which was also used in Call of Duty World at War.
Call of Duty.
And Call of Duty is their spin-off title that was not so successful. And 007 Quantum of Solace, which was in November 5th of 2007 was when that engine was first
Oh wait,
premiered
am I
to the world.
doing? I guess I'm just doing the campaign. I'm not playing
You are.
multiplayer. Okay.
Campaign.
Okay.
So the game is it's a 2007 game. It was originally released on Windows, PS3, Xbox 360, Mac OS X, and Wii, and then it was remastered on November 4th, 2016 for Windows, PS4,
Good news first.
Xbox
The
One
world's
as
in
part of the
great
Call of
shape.
Duty
We've got a
Infinite
civil war
Warfare
in Russia,
bundle, and
government
then
loyalists
released as
against
a standalone
ultra-nationalist
on June
rebels,
27th.
and 15,000 nukes at stake.
Just
Wow,
another
okay.
day
So
at
this
the
game
office.
is 10 years old.
Khaled
I mean,
al-Assad.
more than 10.
Yeah.
Currently the
Like
second most
11.
powerful
little-
man in the Middle
well,
East.
Yeah.
Now, word on the street is he's got the
If
minerals
you
to
are
be top
a
dog
a little
Intel's
person,
keeping an eye on
little
it.
And the bad news?
young, then
Yeah.
you
We've got a
skip
new
this
guy
episode.
joining
It
us
is
today.
rated M,
Fresh out of selection.
mature for blood
His
and
name's
gore,
Suk.
intense violence, and strong language.
I mean, and we like to swear too. So,
Good to see you,
language
mate.
alert.
Take one of the rifles from the table.
We need a jingle. Okay, so we're getting all of our backstory, and I'm going to go ahead and feel comfortable talking over this because one, we don't do a lot of volume. on
You know the
show
drill.
anyway.
Go to
Yes.
station 1 and aim your rifle
Controller noises, though.
Yeah, you love that.
Yeah.
So listen, the controller noises make a lot of sense because the focus on this game was not a change for the story or the combat or the AI or really anything except for graphic fidelity and sort of those comfort of life changes where, you know, little things like adding to the PS4, like the controller volume and, you know, kind of common HUD adjustments. So this really should look different, but it should feel the same as the original. Now, you've never played a Call of Duty before,
No,
right?
no, I have not.
Yeah. Me neither. This is not our wheelhouse, I feel comfortable saying. While you have more first-person shooter experience than I do because you're kind of an Overwatch fanatic, this is, for me, the closest I have is Fallout. But both of those games feel dramatically different than this. Call of Duty is very much the basic, the go-to, the annual serialized first-person shooter for,
Yes.
I would say, kind of the 14 to 35-year-old boy.
Yes, I was actually going to ask how many Modern Warfare games there are. Are there
That's a great question. 12, I believe, if I was kind of correctly. If you're
12
not including
Call
the
of Duty
remasters.
games?
Yes.
Yes. Because there's more than one Modern Warfare, though, isn't there? There's like a couple of them.
Yeah, 2.
Okay.
Modern Warfare 2 was also given a petition to be remastered
Okay.
because of the success of this game. But there's a very interesting backstory to what's happening here. I want to pause before getting into the development of this because I do want to point out that we're not going to focus so much on the story here because the story is very shallow. It's one of the things that was sort of critiqued for this game is that, you know, there's a Middle East enemy. You're playing as part of the British special ops or British military, something, whatever.
Okay.
And, you know, basically you're just going through this game, doing the strat. There's not a lot of twists to Modern Warfare. So I would say the story was probably, for 2007, very interesting. Because you have to keep in mind, at that time, 24 was at the kind of the height of its popularity.
Okay.
And, you know, we're not so far removed from, you know, 9/11 at this point. So
Yeah.
we're still in that mentality as far as gaming.
Do you know what I'm meant to be doing right now?
Yeah, you should be shooting the targets. I think you need to
Okay.
get into your own
Lovely.
cubicle.
Now,
Or,
Oh, there we go.
um,
I went
Or fire
into.
from the hip.
I guess
Oi,
they
where you
only
going?
want you to be
Get
in the
back
first
to
one
station
because I went
one.
into like everyone but the
Stop
first
aiming
one.
down your sights.
It's the one that's lighted.
I want to see you fire from the hip.
Okay, so we're in the tutorial. Obviously, we
Stop
do a lot of
aiming down
tutorials
the
on the show
sights.
because we,
Yes.
we limit ourselves to sort of a
I
1
want to
hour
see
and
you
a
fire
half
from the hip.
time frame. So while Lauren gets the knack of how to play, I will describe
aiming down your
PlayStation's
sights.
official description for the
I
game.
want to see you fire from the hip.
One of the most critically acclaimed games in history, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, is back. Remastered in true high
Now aim your
definition.
rifle down
Call of
range.
Duty Modern Warfare sets a new standard upon its
shoot
original
each
release
target
for
while
intense
aiming down the
cinematic
sights.
action while receiving universal praise as one of the most influential video games of all time.
Now I'm gonna
You live
block
one of
the
the most
targets with
iconic
a sheet of
campaigns in
plywood.
history as you are transported around the
Bullets will
globe.
penetrate
You'll suit up
thin,
as
weak
unforgettable
materials
characters,
like wood,
Sergeant
plaster,
John
and
Soap
sheet metal. I want
Tavish,
you to shoot
Captain
the
John
targets
Price,
through the
and
wood.
more as you battle a rogue enemy group across global hotspots from Eastern Europe and rural Russia all the way to the Middle East. Additionally, team up with your friends in the online mode that redefined Call of Duty by including kill streaks, XP, prestige, and more in customizable, classic, multiplayer mode. You know, our PS4
Now I'm
Pro
going to make the
upgrades
targets pop up one at a
for
time.
Pro.
Hit all of them as fast as you
fancy.
can.
So, basic control scheme. What are you feeling? Is this intuitive? It makes sense? Every button
Yeah.
is where it should be?
More or less. So far, jump
Too
is
slow,
jump,
mate. Try again.
aim is aim, shoot is shoot. Like, I'm not really... Everything's good so far.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, this game... Obviously, all of these games, the Call of Duties, the
Again.
Battlefields, I would say the popularity of these games really lies in the multiplayer aspect. This is where, you know, everyone was joining up with their buddies, they were playing local co-op, they were playing online co-op. You know, this is just an extension of the GoldenEye days, where the campaign was never meant to be the main focus.
Proper good
in
job,
fact, the new Call of
Now go
Duty
get a
has even
sidearm
gotten
from
some
the armor.
controversy because they've dropped campaigns altogether. It's just multiplayer. Now, there are the single-player lovers who were really upset by that.
Good.
For them,
Now switch to your
the
right.
campaign was where it was at. But as a gaming
Now pull out
community,
your
we're
sidearm.
moving further and
Remember,
further away
switching to your
from
pistol
just
is always
single-player
faster than
experiences.
reloading.
Everything
Using
is a,
your
is a
knife is even
service.
faster than
Everything is a
switching
massive
to your
multiplayer
pistol.
game.
Knife to
Everything
watermelon.
is, you know, this trend. While single player may be a part
Nice.
of it, it's
Your
hard to
fruit-killing
find
skills are
just
remarkable.
single player anymore.
Captain Price wants to see you.
Yes. That's very true. We talk about that a lot.
We do. And, you know, both of us play online games. You know, we're not, I wouldn't say that we're, you know, miserly about this. You know, we love being able to participate in the community. But when everything is a games for service and everything is vying for your attention, then it becomes a problem of how long can any one service stay alive if you invest in it.
Yeah. I
If
mean,
you
that's a
pick
fair
something.
point.
Yeah. I mean, do you ever wonder about Overwatch? Like, I mean, Overwatch obviously remains to be super popular and will be on forever.
Yeah, I
But-
think like things like, you know, Overwatch or Fortnite or whatever. I don't know much about Fortnite. I've never played it. But the thing that I think keeps Overwatch fresh and relevant is that they are constantly adding new stuff, new maps, new characters, new whatever, new content. They have like events every couple weeks or months. And then they also listen to their fan base, and they will, like, if, you know, like, oh, this move is overpowered against this person, or like whatever, or, you know, just they take that into consideration, and they're constantly adjusting like the characteristics of each character. And the other thing that makes Overwatch popular is that, you know, now there's Overwatch League, and there's like professional gamers that they
Yeah.
broadcast through through Overwatch. You can watch them on your TV. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know any other games that are doing that kind of stuff, but I think Blizzard, for as much shit as Blizzard has been getting recently for like firing a bunch of people and stuff, like they
Yeah.
know what their fans want. Mostly. Aside from like the
Yeah.
mobile game incident from you don't have a phone, but well, yeah.
Well, I think that's why that was so shocking, is because Blizzard has been really responsive to fans.
Yeah.
And they have garnered up a lot of goodwill. So for an incident like that to happen from a company that everyone was in love with was very shocking. I mean, you look at what's happening right now with Obsidian. If you're not familiar, they had announced to a lot of fanfare Outer Worlds, which is supposed to be coming to, you know, PlayStation 4, Xbox, and PC via Steam. And it was just announced a couple of days ago that they're going to be releasing on the Epic distribution account only. It's going to be an exclusive for that for, I believe, 18 months, and then it will come to Steam. And people are really upset by this. And this felt like a decision, while it was not necessarily the
FNG,
developers, you know,
Go
their
ahead,
decision,
it's
their active
first day in the
decision.
regiment.
Yeah.
They partner with a publisher that, you know, is willing to
What
sort
the
of
hell
do
kind
these
of name
things.
is
And the
something?
community is really upset
How
because
muppet like
Obsidian
you
is
pass
another,
that
like,
shit?
loved
So it's your
development.
turn for the CQB test. Everyone else head
Yeah.
to observation. For this test,
You'll have to run the cargo
But, you know,
ship solo
I guess
in
back
less
to
than
the
60
multiplayer
seconds.
component. You
Yeah.
know,
Gaz
Sorry.
holds the current
Overwatch
squad
is
record
popular.
19 seconds.
They're really
Good luck.
good at Blizzard's really
Climb
good
the
at
ladder over there.
responding, so they're probably safe. But you know, if we played a game before on here, one of the VR titles, Starblood Arena, and we talked about this, that service is being discontinued, and it's not an old game. You will not
Yeah.
be able to play that VR title anymore. And you know, VR as a device still feels really new. So if you sort of jumped into it going, this is why I bought VR, is to play this mech Starblood Arena, you're done. There's no more. In 6 more months and then it's over. So no, 3 more months and it's over. So you know, it's a risk. When you jump into something, you need to be sure that you're kind of rolling the dice correctly and that it'll be a community that is actively loved and sponsored for a while.
Okay.
We have the same problem with trophies. I discussed that a lot with you, that a lot of
Yes.
these multiplayer things, that when you have a multiplayer service that's discontinued after a certain period of time, even if it's not something that's about a community, it's just logging into a store or something and you get a trophy for it. When that server goes down, then you're stuck with a trophy list that you can't complete, which is a big thing for me as a trophy collector. That's something that I worry about, and I always harp on, should online trophies be a major component of a trophy list?
Yeah, I mean that's a really good question because like you said, especially if the servers go offline
Pick
or
up that
if,
MP5
you
and
know,
4
whatever.
flashbangs.
like do they then
On
adjust
my
their
go,
trophies?
I want you
Do
to
they
rope
then
down to the
like
deck and rush to
you
position
know, there's a
1.
lot to think about when you're
After that, you will
a
storm down
developer
the stairs to
in
position
those
2.
sorts of things, and I think
Then hit position
as we
3
talk
and
about
4,
with our trophy
following
A's
my
and trophy
precise
A's,
instructions
they
at
don't
each
always get it
position.
right.
Grab the rope when you're ready.
And you have to also imagine that it's not just the developers wanting to
Go!
have this love for their art
the
and here's a
targets.
trophy list that sort of is exemplifying the breadth of our game.
back.
They
You passed
also
one of
want
the
to ensure that
targets.
people are actively playing multiplayer. Publishers
Go back.
want this
You
community
passed one
to
of the
be
targets.
active so that they can sell their microtransactions or
Go
you know,
back.
sell more people on the game. So there is a push, I imagine, for there to be a larger
back.
amount of multiplayer incentives, including trophies.
You missed the target. Go back. Go back. You passed one of the targets.
So obviously we're still in tutorial. We're learning
Go
all the
back.
controls. We're learning. We're doing a little bit of a race here. It's great because constantly I'm pushing Lauren to have concentration on both, you know, bullshitting
Good to see
about
you,
what's
mate.
happening in the
Take
game
one of
world,
the
but
rifles
also
from
to
the
play a
table.
game competently. So it's a tough
Yeah.
balancing it.
Yeah.
You know the drill.
I wanted to
Go
restart
station
the
1 and aim your rifle down range.
maze, but then it took me back to the beginning.
Lovely.
So cool. Cool.
Now,
Cool.
shoot at the targets while firing from the hip.
Well, while you do everything, you've ever done,
Now aim your rifle down range.
start from the beginning.
Now, shoot the
Birth on.
target while aiming down the sights.
Let's talk a little bit about
Now
how
I'm
this
gonna
game
block the
came to be.
targets with a sheet of plywood.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare, of course,
Bullets
that
will
came to be because
penetrate
it was just
thin,
one
weak
of the
materials like
sequels.
wood, plaster, and sheet metal. I want you to shoot the
Made
targets
sense.
through the wood.
But the remaster was a bit unusual in that Call of Duty Activision, they were developing, or Activision's the publisher, the
Good.
developer was Infinity
Now
Ward.
I'm gonna make the
They were
targets
developing
pop up one at a
Infinite
time.
Warfare.
Hit
Okay.
all of them as fast as you can. Hey, go to
And
station
there
1.
was a fan petition to remaster this game because it was no longer really available in any way that the servers were active or people could play it.
Too slow,
So,
mate. Try
what they
again.
decided to do was to incorporate this game into a bundle with Infinite Warfare. And the problem is that Infinite Warfare is not considered to be a very good game.
Oh.
And this game is considered to be a masterpiece.
Proper good
And
job, mate.
Activision sort
Now
of
go
knew
get a
that
sidearm.
going in,
Okay.
and they made it so you could not buy this game unless you bought the package with Infinite Warfare.
Good. Now switch to your
Huh.
rifle. Now pull out your sidearm.
And there was a lot of
Remember,
backlash
switching
to
to
this.
your pistol is always faster than reloading.
Some quotes
Using
I
your
have
knife
here
is even
from Forbes
faster than
magazine.
switching to your
They
pistol.
describe the bundling
Nice.
as
Your fruit killing
quote,
skills
unquote,
are remarkable.
being a way to essentially
Captain Price
blackmail
wants to see you.
players into picking up a more expensive version of a base game they may not have even wanted in order to get something they desperately wanted. But you know, they understood why Activision made the choice because quote unquote it's very pro money.
Yeah.
So, you know, that had a lot of fans angry. The anger eventually meant that they released the standalone game. But by the time the standalone game was announced, Activision had then added microtransactions into the game.
Ugh,
which, of course, the original 2007 version of this game did not have it.
right.
So, commentary on this includes, it's a re-release of a 9-year-old game that quietly smuggled microtransactions into its online mode.
It's the
And I can't
FMG,
believe
sir.
the concept so ludicrous is a real
Go
thing.
easy on him, sir.
It's
his
one
first
thing
day
to
in
see the
regiment.
sad normalization of free-to-play elements within brand new releases,
What the hell kind of
but to
name
witness
is
them
Soap,
shoveled
Not a
retroactively
muppet
into an
like
old
you,
beloved
past
title from
selection.
an age before such trash
So
game
it's your turn for
traction?
the CQB test. Everyone
That's a
else had
harsh
2
quote,
observations.
and it's not
For this test,
wrong.
you'll have
I
to
mean,
run the cargo ship solo
the,
in less than 60
The idea
seconds.
behind microtransactions
Gaz holds
is
the current
we have to keep the
squadron record
service
at
alive,
19 seconds.
and
Good luck.
microtransactions are a way to keep people
On
paid.
my go, I want you to
But
rope
for
down
a
to the
game
deck
that,
and
like
rush
we
to
just said,
position 1.
existed beforehand
After
with
that, you
online
will storm
servers,
down the stairs to
it
position
feels
2.
really shitty. It feels
Then
like
hit
it's not
position
very
3 and
fan.
4, following my precise instructions at
that
each
is
position.
creepy.
Grab the rope.
And to add on to their pile of crap that they did to this game, DLC was announced for this game, in which the DLC was part of the original game. So they had, carved it out
when you're ready.
and released it as paid DLC.
Go, go, go! Hit the targets!
So, fans called that incomprehensible, and to increase its
Hit the
cost, highlighted
target!
just how far Activision can quote-unquote mock its customers and get
Position
away with
2,
it.
go!
Activision is commonly
Hit the targets!
referred to as one of the worst companies in video game
Yeah.
history, along with EA. Those two in particular are hated,
Flashbang through the
and
door!
it's unfortunate that they're so huge that they get contracts from
Position
major
3,
titles
go
like
back!
Call of Duty or Star Wars. I mean, how many times have we seen a Star Wars title get pillaged because of the way that the publishers have
Position
decided
3,
to release it?
Go back!
And
Oh, flash.
it's caused changes. Into
Go
flashbangs.
to position 3!
It's caused changes in the community. We don't see as
Position
steep
3. Go
microtransaction
back.
costs anymore. We see
Uh-huh.
things like Rocksteady having
Go
to
to position
redo
3.
the way they balance the economy in game because people are upset
Position
at how
3.
much grind
Go back.
essentially
So,
there
that
is.
was way
And you
too
and I have
slow.
talked about grinding games a lot. That they basically ask for too much of our time. That if you want to get even a platinum in a game, that it requires hours and hours and hours and hours of time, and it's not. I don't want to say fair. It's just not conducive to making.
Go,
a
go,
fun
go!
game.
Sure.
Hit the targets!
So the
Hit the
DLC for this
targets!
game is the Variety Map Pack remastered. It was released in March.
Shoot the
24th.
other target. Position 2, go!
But again, it was
Hit
original
the
content,
target!
2007 version of the game, just not
Flashbang
remastered.
through the door! Position 3! Go
Okay, so we're
back.
in tutorial. You're going round number 3. Luckily, the game threw you back into the beginning of the maze portion, so you don't have to start from the
Position
beginning.
3!
Yeah.
Go back!
But typically, we have two things that are happening here. Is that
Go
one,
to position 3!
I'm distracting you, or two,
Yes.
the game is not.
Position
Or two,
3.
the game is not
Go
doing a very
back.
good job of ramping the difficulty in a way that makes
Go
sense.
to position 3!
Well, I'm just not sure where I'm supposed to be. It says flash
Position
here,
3.
but
Go
there's no dudes.
Go
You
to
know?
position 3!
Like, you know how
Yeah.
when I was walking down the stairs, like that guy popped up.
Position
Like, am I
3!
missing something?
Go back!
Maybe you did it already? Check corners. Is it?
Flashbang through the door! Go to position 3!
Or maybe you already did it. Maybe there's nothing else to do.
Yeah,
You
but
keep
no,
going
it's
forward.
now it
Position
says
3! Go back!
press this button to
Go to
throw
position
flashbang.
3!
Okay. In which
So,
room?
that was way too slow.
That
Do
one?
it
In that room that I was in, it says flash here. I don't understand.
Maybe you're supposed to. Huh.
Go, go, go! Hit the targets!
We try again. And we pay attention.
Position 2, go!
Okay, so shoot those 3 dudes. Follow the arrows. This
Hit
guy
the
pops up in the stairwell. Follow the arrows.
Flashbang through the door!
And then it says press L1 to throw a
Flashbang
flashbang,
through the
but
door!
there's no like.
Position
I
3! Go
assume-
back!
That
Go to position
how do I
3!
check the corners. They haven't taught me how to check the corners.
Position
Okay, so it's
3!
flash
Did you throw it
here.
at that guy?
What?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Go to position
No,
3!
What guy? I don't know what guy you're talking about.
Position 3. Go back.
Oh, on the ground. Can you kind of throw the flash
Go to
into that little
position
slot
three.
in the ground, maybe?
Where,
Position 3. Go back.
no.
Go to position 3. Position 3. Go back.
I don't know, because the thing is, like,
Go
as
to
you walk
position
through the
3.
rooms, there's, like, all these places where there's shells on the floor that make it look
Position
like other
3.
people have
Go
shot their
back.
gun in these places.
Right.
So
Go
it's
to
like,
position
what,
And
three.
what am I missing?
if you move past it, does the game force you
Position
back?
3. Go
It
back.
so if I go back to the finish, if I go
So,
over, because
that
like
was
here
way
it
too
says,
slow.
yeah, and
Do
then
it
it just
again.
says you were too slow. I don't know, man. All right,
Okay, so
this is optional, I think. So like,
yeah, skip it.
oh wait, I guess not. It says slide down the rope is my mission objective.
Go, go, go.
Sliding down the rope,
Hit the targets.
and then clear the cargo ship bridge mock-up. Okay, so 3 dudes. 3 dudes.
Shoot the other target. Position 2. Go.
Right. Oop.
Hit the targets.
I would say just
Go
keep
back.
going forward. If it's not clear, then I assume that you've cleared it.
Go back. You passed one of the targets. Flashbang through the door.
And then it says press
Position
L1
3.
to
Go back.
throw a flashbang. But then it
Go
says
to
my
position
objective
3.
is like further and further away.
Yeah, so I would assume you've done it.
Position
When
3.
you throwing
Go
the
back.
flashbang in there accomplishes it. All it has to do is go inside.
Go to
That's it.
position 3.
No, but then it still says like,
Position
okay,
3.
so then I go in.
Back.
The arrows then lead me out this way to the
Go to
finish.
position 3.
But then you have to climb the ladder, no?
No, the ladder was the
Position
first
3.
thing.
I'm watching you. Remember, I'm in a delay, so I have to sort of catch up.
Go back.
Yeah,
So
no,
you
I know.
flash, okay, then you're watching, and there's
Go
your
to position 3.
There's the finish. Huh.
Position 3.
And then if you look at so when I pull the map up, there's
Right.
like there's a triangle that's yellow, which I assume is the
Go back.
thing, but like I don't know where.
Go to position 3. Position 3. Go
Okay,
back.
so these guys are down, like they've already been shot.
Go to
Okay.
position 3.
So I don't know if there's something
So,
that
was way
trips
too
them
slow.
that's meant to make
Do
them
it
come
again.
up.
Position.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, maybe.
Go, go, go. Hit the targets. Position 2. Go.
Yeah, okay, interesting.
How do I crouch?
Typically it's, yeah. Okay.
Hit the target.
Can I like?
Flashbang through the door. Flashbang through the door.
Wasn't there another guy in that room? It was just two? Or, okay.
Flashbang through the door.
In the first room, there's 3, but I shot 2 of them at the same time. So
Position
these
3.
guys are like
Go
on
back.
Oh, you need to throw the flashbang in that first room.
Go to position
Oh,
3.
flash here. See, I didn't even see that.
Position 4.
Yeah, but the guys aren't up,
Wow.
so like,
Right.
Hit the
where?
target.
Oh, see, what the hell? Now they're up.
Shoot the remaining targets.
Yeah, it activates.
Position
it,
5. Go.
Yeah.
Hit the targets.
Hey.
6. Go.
Okay, so, you know, we learned.
Oh my gosh, I'm so blind.
Hit the target.
Hi everyone, I'm blind.
Well, no, I mean, you know, we talked about how, you know, it's not like this is our first time gaming, so the question does,
Pretty
did
good,
we
so.
do a bad job
But I've
at
seen better.
showing us?
Climb up the ladder if you want another go.
Maybe. Well, it made my
Otherwise, come over to the
difficulty as
monitors for a
recruit,
debrief.
so I'm glad for that.
You can change difficulty, but I do want you to play as recruit because
Gentlemen, the cargo ship mission
I
is a
don't
go.
use the handful of
Get yourself
veterans,
sorted
so-
out.
Yeah, oh,
Wheels
sure,
up at
no
0200.
kidding.
Dismissed.
Ooh,
All right, we're debriefing.
recruit. I earned a trophy.
For clearing PNG, I'm assuming.
Yes, I earned a trophy called Earn a Winged Dagger. I don't, or something like that. Something about a winged dagger.
Bravo team. The intel on this op comes
Let's
from our
see here.
informant in
PNG,
Russia.
you earn a winged
The
dagger.
package is
It's
aboard a
including
medium
the
freighter,
mission at
Estonian registration number
62.20%
52775.
common trophy.
There is a small
Bronze,
crew
which
and a
is not the one
security
you're going
detail
for,
on
so
board.
you keep playing.
Rules of engagement, sir.
Goodbye,
Crew
plane.
expense.
But since you got a trophy, let's go ahead and talk trophy. Let's do trophy
Sure,
talk.
tell me about them.
Baseplate, this
There is a
Average
platinum
24.
in this game
We have
at
visual on the target.
9.74%.
ETA
It's
60
going to be
seconds.
very rare.
Copy, 2-4.
Gold, 15 silver, 34 bronze, for a total of 51 trophies and 1,230
30 seconds to going dark.
points. Considered to be a 5 out of 10 difficulty according to PSNfootball.com, which is the trophy aggregator site that we like to use to get all of our data.
10 seconds.
Indeed.
And we
Radio
also like to
check.
play a little
Go to
game
secure
I
channel.
like to call Trophy Gaze and Trophy Days.
Lock and load.
Cool, let's have it.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Your enthusiasm is infectious. Okay, so we're going to start with Trophy Gaze because it's a positive flow. There's a trophy in this game called Time.
Bridge secure.
You get
Hold
this
your
trophy
fire.
for killing
Gang, stay in the boat till we secure the deck. Over. Roger that.
Macarena.
Someone.
Let's call it Macarena.
Squad
And
on
completing your
Malakov.
mission. Malakov.
stairs.
Sure.
Clear.
I like this trophy a lot because, one, it's a cute reference to Metal Gear Solid 3. They also had a Time Paradox trophy in which you killed somebody. It was a game that took place in the past, and you killed somebody that's a major antagonist to the rest of the series. Involved Ocelot.
Crew quarters
And
clear.
it was cute
Move
because
up.
the game will game over you, it'll say Time Paradox, and you get trophy for it. And I like that the game acknowledged that, you know, we don't want to restrict and make this a god character where you can't kill him no matter how much you shoot him. But, you know, we also acknowledge that this can happen. And the same thing happens here. You don't lose the game, you can complete the mission. But the game acknowledges with the trophy that essentially, you know, caused a problem because future games, including Modern Warfare 2, requires this character to be
Got 200.
it's something that is only known now, you know, 2007.
Right.
Roger that.
So I like that a lot. I like that they're being transparent and cheap about it.
Tango
That to me is it's a really fun trophy. It tells you this is something that the game allows you to do, but it's also acknowledging that this is sort of an unusual situation. So here's the trophy.
Okay.
There's a trophy called the Man in the High Tower, which you get for finding and using hidden cache in
Okay.
I don't like this trophy because they're going for the key title, The Man in the High Tower.
Yeah.
Which of course is a reference to the show and the
Right.
books.
Still
All cross Griffin. Cover our 6. The rest of you, follow me.
But
Roger that.
when you start the level heat, in the back, if you just turn around, there's a very large tower. And if you just go to it and climb it, there is
The
this
keep
hidden
is for
cache.
close encounters.
And I don't like it because
Too right,
they
mate.
went for this cutesy title that essentially spoils what should
Check
be
those
hidden in
corners.
the game. And that to me is using a clever sort of reference, a clever
Check
title
those
in a way
corners.
that is subverting the whole point of the trophy.
Clear
So
left.
I actually
Clear right.
think that that was them
Clear.
trying to do a little
Move
cheap
up.
on that.
Yeah. No, I agree.
That being said, we talk about some
Stairs,
shitty-ass
clear.
trophies in these
Movement
games.
right.
And this game doesn't have them. Some are difficult.
Yeah.
You know, that's why it's a 5 out of 10. But nothing is too much. Nothing is too demanding. The online trophies are not too demanding. They're pretty much just play a couple of matches. So, you know, a round of applause for the game. If you being too clever is the reason I'm giving you an A, I think that's a really good trophy. And it's also pretty well-rounded. Lots of gold, a gold, but lots of silvers. So, you know, not too bad. Yeah. Normally we talk about the influences with the game, but you know, what can I say? They're influenced by Call of Duty and human aggression. Like, I don't know what
Yeah,
to say.
like what?
It's just, it is what it is. There is a fun trophy that requires you to play the game through veteran difficulty, but there's a glitch that's present in the remaster, in which if you play through a level
Tango
on
down.
recruits,
Always
and then
clear.
quit the game at the last checkpoint of the level, and
Check those
reload
corners.
it in a lower
Clear left.
difficulty, you could still
Ready,
get
sir.
the
Move up.
trophy for the veteran.
Stand by. On my
So
go.
if you really want a
Standing
trophy,
Really?
playing in a hard difficulty,
Yeah.
you could cheat the game.
Huh.
Just
Crazy.
by. Flashbang out.
How do I?
Go.
That is something that I never
Careful,
liked
clear.
in
Got
combat
you
games.
covered.
It's
Move up.
something that's common in Borderlands. It's common in Doom. It's common in a lot of games in which
Squad on me.
you are presented with the option to have a new weapon because an enemy is
Forward
spawning.
area
Yeah.
clear.
You hold the
No
button to
tangos
swap,
inside.
and as soon as you swap, it just shows
Keep it tight.
the weapon you were previously holding and the ability to swap
Zero
for it.
movement.
Yeah.
And as a like a collector,
Guys,
you know, somebody who
right
just like
side.
get all the
On it.
things, I find myself in a bizarre loop of
Looks
just
quiet.
grabbing the
Stay
gun,
frosty.
then grabbing the gun I just had, then grabbing
Right.
the other gun
tangos
again.
inside.
In this loop until I realize how stupid I'm being, and then
Back up.
finally decide on the gun. But it's like I wish that they did something like they changed the
Ready, sir.
color, like it went from white to yellow, or
Yeah.
they have a
Clear
little
left.
notation that's like previously owned, or even
Yeah.
the screen flashes to
Move.
indicate that you've accomplished the goal. Because while you could see that you
Right.
switched weapons, they kind of look similar if you're not a gun aficionado. So
Well, and here's the thing. Like, I don't know what weapons are what. Like, how? Show me some stats while I'm trying to pick
Move up.
my thing. You know, which gun
Right.
is better? I don't know.
well, you're putting up a good point. Call of Duty and its ilk assumes a certain level of affection and knowledge of how to play war-like first-person shooters. That
Yeah.
you know generally the difference between most major gun types. You know what an AK-47 is. You know what a pistol is. You know the difference in these things. If you really are entering this world blind, the game
you're
does
right.
nothing to help
Clear
you
left.
differentiate.
Stand by.
What is
On
going to
my
be a
go.
different gameplay style. So you have to learn that. You
One
have to
ready.
learn
Two ready.
generally that it's wartime, so you're fighting with people because of military reasons.
On my
You know, the
mark.
story is just
Go.
it heavily relies on your knowledge of sort of that classic wartime military story.
Sure.
And other things like, the HUD. Obviously we're looking through a helmet, and it gets blood on it, as you did anyways. And if you didn't know, that blood will eventually go away, and you could have constantly regenerated.
Yeah.
But that's something that, you need to be familiar with that genre.
Yep.
We don't have a lot of changes as far as dialogue. We don't have any changes as far as the story. And the way that the game presents the tutorial is also the same as it was in 2007. So, all of the holds, all of the press R1 for frag grenades, that's all the same. And we've talked about tutorials that don't tell you within the game how to play. So, the game is telling you, use a frag grenade. But you're surrounded by teammates who could be telling you that same thing. you know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's very, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. And even walking up to when it was like,
Tango down.
debrief
Report.
with whoever,
All clear. Roger that.
all it did when I debriefed with him was
getting a strong
give me
reading,
the
sir.
option to play a difficulty. It didn't have him saying like,
You might
well,
wanna
looks
take
like
a look
you're
at
like, you have never done this before, so let's try to like keep you in the back or something, which would have made sense. Like, it would have fit
Faceplate, this is
with
Bravo 6.
the results
We've
of
found
my, get out of
Ready
the
to
way,
secure
dude.
package to transport.
No time, Bravo 6.
Um,
Two bogies headed
you
your
know,
way
there's
fast.
definitely like a
Grab what you
way
can
to
and
go
get the
about
hell
it
out
to
of
make it a little bit
Fast
more,
movers. Probably mixed. We better
I guess,
go.
Grab
interactive.
the manifest in the container. Move.
Yeah. These are holdovers of the previous generation where they basically
All right,
forced
everyone
you into
topside, double
checkpoints that you
time.
had to be in a certain place for the next scripted event to occur.
Sure.
Now, modern gaming doesn't require that. In fact, it's very
Warcraft
responsive,
Griffin, what's
very
the
interactive
status?
with how you play. I'm sure they would have
Sir.
10 different dialogue options depending on how you did that run. But here
Right.
it's just up in the sky so that we know you're here, so that when that door opens or when the scripted event happens,
Yeah.
you're not standing in the way and you're going to mess up the business.
Sure, sure.
But those scenes, they're showing. And while this game may look really good, and it may feel better,
Bravo 6,
Yeah.
we're on
it
our way
still
out.
you can still see the 2007.
Right. For sure.
Get to the
And
catwalk.
like,
Move, move.
I don't have the sound on, so also I don't know if there are, like, that guy clearly was just talking to me, but I have no idea what he said.
Back on your
Like,
feet.
so I don't
Let's
know
go.
even what's happening. Like, they could be saying things while I'm running. I don't really know. But
They're like, Lauren, when you did that room, you messed up on the thing this many times.
yeah.
We kept track of it.
Well,
What's happening right now is actually very common for. They rely very much on the sort of shock value of like everything's going to hell,
Yeah.
or something crazy is happening you can't believe it's happening. So this is
To
I
the right,
think
to
a
the
good
right.
kind of taste of what Call of Duty does really well. It's these moments, of really frenetic, like holy shit, I gotta get out of here.
Keep moving.
here's the thing that I'm having difficulty with. Like, the collision detector with other objects and other, like, people, mostly people. It, like I can't get through sometimes in places, so it feels like my, like, it feels like I have a big body, and like everyone else has big bodies, because like they are just like, you just keep running into them. Even though it feels like there's plenty of room to walk by them, you're like, why can't I fit here? How are you in my way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible this is also on purpose to prevent you from getting past somebody?
Maybe,
too
but also
quickly?
like when I was trying to get into the cargo hold to like get the thing, like people just came over and like stood in front of me, and then I couldn't like I had to walk all the way around them. You know, I couldn't
Yeah.
just like slide right on by. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe that's just how these games are. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's because I need to like pause for a second before I do the thing or whatever. I don't know. But
Yeah.
it's kind of frustrating.
No, I hear you. That's interesting. We saw the title sequence, of course, and I have a little bit of a nag in that while Infinity Ward, did develop the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare, not doing the development of the remaster. So it would have
Okay.
been nice to see them acknowledge also the development team in that opening title. Because it was a joint effort. When you don't do the remaster, it's a big part of the game.
Yeah.
Just saying. So, what do you think about this game being one of the March PS Plus? Now we don't have a ton of games from Sony. We lost PS3, we lost PS0 titles, we lost crossplay. So, we're being presented this month with The Witness, and now Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It's a completely different game style, in every way.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
No, you're good. We can wait for the sequence to end.
Oh, okay.
Stuff's happening.
I was being asked a question, a grocery question.
It's an important question.
Especially in
I guess my question was, what do you think playing The Witness last week and now this game? It can't be more different.
Right. Yeah, I wonder if that's like purposeful. I know they always give you like, you always get an indie game and like one AAA title, kind of like that's how it's been more or less. But I feel like you're right, they are very different games. And there's no sort of like in between. So this one is this is an action game. There's no doubt about that. This is a first person shooter. And the other game, The Witness, is like very slow. It's very deliberate. It's very like, you have to use your brain a lot. So like, you're right, these games are polar opposites. And part of me wonders like, maybe that was purposeful? But I think, in my opinion, if they're only going to be giving us PlayStation 4 titles from now on, there has to be a middle-of-the-road option. Because,
Right.
like, I don't like this kind of game. This is not my cup of tea. I don't play these games. Now, that's usually true of, like, there's usually at least one title every month where I'm like, no, this isn't my thing. I do not like this. But when there's only one other game, and it's also kind of like not really what you enjoy in a game, kind of shitty. Maybe not worth my $60 a year.
Yeah. No, we have this problem now where we've lost out on content. There seems to be no push on giving us VR or an extra game, nothing. So, you know, they upped our storage limit.
Right.
Felt like not
Yeah.
a very good trade-off. So there is still that kind of residual, like, well, are you going to do something?
Yeah.
And this month it felt like, oh, but we're giving you Call of Duty.
Yeah.
We're giving you The Witness. Two huge games
Right.
in their respective genres. But
Yeah.
I think that you're correct in that they've gone so far. It's almost like American politics. They've gone so far to the right and so far to the left
Yes.
that it's like,
Yes.
well, you know,
Being a moderate right now is like, you're like the scourge of the earth. Like, it's like, there's no middle ground in the politics in this country right now, and it's very much the same way as these games. There's nothing in the middle. It's one extreme or the other.
yeah. And so, you know, if I feel, and this is a big stereotype, obviously I'm going to be honest, but I feel like if you're the Witness fan, you're not going to be a fan of the Witness. And if you're a Call of Duty
Right.
fan, you're not going to be a fan of the Witness fan. So
Right.
really, I feel like you're getting one game this year.
Yes, that is 100% accurate. And I would never even have played this game if it weren't for us doing this. I never would have been like, oh, Call of Duty, let me download that. So, like,
Right. Right.
yeah, and The Witness I would have probably, because, you know, it's a puzzle game and I kind of like those, but it's a puzzle game. There is nothing else to that game. It's just puzzles.
Puzzle.
Yeah. It's not like a platformer with puzzles. No, it's just puzzles.
Would you like some puzzles with your puzzles?
You have a side of puzzles.
It is though. I mean, like, okay, but here's the thing also. And here's my other thing, like, if you are an action fan, or you're a puzzle fan, well, don't you think you would have bought The Witness by now? Or don't you think you
That
would have
is
bought Call of
exactly what
Duty
I think
Modern
about this
Warfare
game.
by
If
now?
you like Call of Duty, this game is 12 years old almost. You probably own this game. You probably own this game. Especially since, as you said before, that this game, compared to some of the other Call of Duty games, this one is a masterpiece. You literally said that word. And it's like, yeah, anybody who's a fan of this series or even this genre probably owns this game already.
Right. It's like them targeting Disney fans and going, we're offering you Kingdom Hearts 3. Like,
Captain Price,
already played it.
I'll
It's
aside
kind of
just
the one thing we
execute
would have
Yeah,
said by now.
right,
National
right.
television.
I mean, I haven't played that one yet,
Americans
but
are
yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like,
It's too late to do
oh,
anything for
you
all
know,
Falani, but
you
in less
like
than 3 hours,
platformers?
codename
Oh,
Nikolai
here's,
will be
I don't know.
executed.
Give me a platformer.
Nikolai,
That's really
sir.
popular.
Have you heard of
Nikolai
Mario?
is our
Yeah.
informant in the ultra-nationalist camp.
Oh, you like racing games? Here you go, Need for Speed. It's all yours. Like, what?
Yeah.
What?
You know, I think a lot of the times we're surprised by
Nikolai's
indies,
in hell
that they're
right
really
now.
good, they're
Yeah.
really
We're gonna
unique
walk him
experiences, and because they're not games you would normally
take
pay
care of
for.
our
And
friends.
so
Right.
I think
Let's
indies are really good for this program.
Yeah.
Because it lets you explore something that's new.
For
Usually
sure.
they're trying to hit nostalgia notes.
The loyalists
And, you know,
are
some of the
expecting us
older
half a
titles,
click
like
to the
games
north.
that were maybe AAA titles 5 years ago.
Loyalists,
Those are really good
but are they
candidates
good
too,
Russians
because, you
or
know,
the bad
maybe you
Russians?
missed it. And
Well, they
now
won't
here's your
choose on
chance to get it
side.
for free, you know, a little bit later
Yeah, well,
down
that's
the
good enough
cycle.
for me, sir.
But
Yeah.
here, it really feels like they're trying to be like, just like we talked about, it feels like they're missing the mark.
Yes.
Despite the fact that they're clearly trying to do
And-
something
Weapons
extra.
free.
I will give them the benefit of the doubt because this is literally the first month that we haven't had those games, like the other
Right.
consoles.
Good night.
But so hopefully they like maybe make an adjustment, or
Should be a
maybe
few more
next
guard
month it'll
posts up
be
ahead.
like,
Camera off.
you know,
Men
I don't
will be
know,
waiting for us in
but
the field to the northwest.
yeah, it's very right now it's very there's a huge dichotomy between these games, and not that that's a bad thing, but it's just like, you're right, these two games in particular are a very strange duo to offer together.
Yeah. Okay, so clearly you were done with the tutorial.
Yeah.
The game has taught you the things that it needs to teach you.
Oh, I got another
And this game's
trophy.
not-
Did we talk about that?
No, what was it called?
Something about jumping.
Make the jump, infiltrate a cargo ship. 57.89% common. Congratulations on getting another bronze trophy. It originally was a trophy that we were going to end the game on, but we decided kind of last minute off camera that we were going to go for the original again, which is Dancing in the Dark. So at 52.03% common, we're almost at our goal, so no worries.
That's funny because I'm pretty sure at the beginning you said that the jumping one is the one we were gonna do. Where do
Oh,
I put my claim?
did I go backwards? Did I
Yeah,
flip it up?
I think you where do I put this?
Where do you put this?
here? Ooh.
Yeah, normally they
Well, like
kinda
my thing
highlight.
says I'm 3.2.9 meters away from wherever the goal is, but there's a dude in this building. I don't go in the building, do I?
Maybe.
Wait, do I have to crawl under here?
Press R2. Try just planting it.
Okay.
Do it. And now will grow to be a beautiful claymore flower.
Now what?
Did you plant it? I'm a little behind. Okay.
Huh?
Go in the house.
Enemy
Go
down.
in the house. Isn't that where I just planted the claymore? You want me to blow up?
Target
Well,
eliminated.
a little bit. That's so wrong.
Whoa!
Oh
no.
no! Can you blow it up?
Target neutralized.
I don't know. There's no. What's the? Oh, they like shot everyone. Oh, that's why they wanted me to use the claymore because there were people. Let's see.
Never mind. My bad.
Oh, it's all right. I don't think it was a stealth mission, so. Which I'm terrible at, by the way. Well, I hope that those aren't a thing that we have to deal with.
Ugh, yeah. Well, you know. A lot of games will add stealth in action games as sort of a way to break up the monotony of the action, but it does seem to be hated by most players. It slows down the pace. It is
Yeah.
difficult because you haven't mastered that control scheme.
Welcome to the new Russia.
So what I wanted to talk to you about was you've done the tutorial, you're in the main mission. It is my opinion that Call of Duty does not do a lot of continual tutorialing. It doesn't say, now here's a new game mechanic, learn
Right.
this,
Not
and
so
that's
fast.
Except
it's
for
not really,
they literally just told me how to do something new. But that's okay. The claymores. But that's fine. I mean, that was like mission specific, so it's not like it was,
the whole thing.
yeah. Yeah.
It feels like the tutorial to this game really felt very different than the main gameplay because, you know, it's very much like you're in an open kind of world here, and yeah, you know, it has the paths, but you felt really confined when you were doing the learning on the ship. So we played recently Hitman, and we did the tutorial there, and the rest of the game is kind of like that, and then it's very much like, you know, here's your confined space, play around and see what you can do in a confined space. And so I feel like that was really representative of what the rest of the game was doing. But here, I'm not so sure that it is. I feel like they just kind of took the time to use controls in a way that it's not going to feel natural when you actually need to use it.
Enemy infantry to the northwest.
Yeah.
If you're watching the video, it would behoove you to look up what the gameplay was like 2007 because it is a
So,
huge
take out the machine gunners in the window.
A lot has changed.
10 o'clock low. So, hit those machine gunners. 10 o'clock low.
I actually like this part. This is like providing sniper support.
Hit the other machine gunner
I
through
like
the wall.
Again, like you said, this was considered to be the masterpiece. This is where Call of Duty was like, we are for real gonna stay. Yeah, but I don't know, this was never my thing. I never did this, I never did Halo. I mean, there's a whole segment of the gaming population that this was it. This was what gaming was. And for us to say, as you
didn't say there'd be
show
helicopters
content
come up.
users, we never played these, it's probably pretty shocking. It would be shocking.
From those helicopter troops. This way.
Yeah. I mean, really,
Make it
like,
quick, Kamarov. I want that informant.
You have nothing to worry about. We'll take out BM-21s.
I played Halo a little bit when I was in college. We used to do LAN parties because we used to be able to connect like 4 Xboxes and like 4 people can play per Xbox. You could have like 16 people playing Halo in one house.
Yeah.
So like, you know, that was always a fun time. We would do
So
like,
we've got
I don't know,
company.
capture the
Helicopter
flag
troops
or
closing in
whatever
fast.
those game modes were. So that was fun, but I'm not really like big on first-person shooters, especially this type of first-person shooter. I think we talked about this. What was that game where there were like gangs and it was
Mafia
like
3.
no, the one that had the stealth mission that I was like, I got to the gate at the. I was so close to.
Mafia 3.
No, was it? No, it was like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mafia 3. You're right.
We had a lot of opinions about that game, and you tried. You were like, I am going to do it.
Yeah. I was so close. But like that game was just like killing people for killing people's sake, and like the plot wasn't really well defined, I guess, or like maybe just because I didn't have the sound on, I didn't really know. But like,
Yeah.
the game I did not like. This kind of thing is just like, I guess I'm not really paying attention to the plot of it. I think we were rescuing someone from someplace.
Yeah.
But like,
Maybe-
there's just
maybe
a lot
I'm
of killing
entering-
for like no reason.
Yeah, and we talked a lot about race, and we talked about gender in that episode.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I had a lot of problems with the way they were presenting, like, you know, the bridge character and that thing. And you're making me think about this game, and I think part of the reason why you see my comment early on in the episode was talking about, like, the demographics of this game.
Yeah.
As a woman playing,
Yeah.
do you feel like... Sorry. Do you feel like, you know, obviously we're playing as a bunch of men
Yeah.
in war. And
Yeah.
historically,
right.
in 2007, that makes some sense. You know, that it's not crazy.
Yeah.
But does it feel like, I don't know, you're playing in someone else's world? I guess that's my question.
My men have run into enemies.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I could understand if like, like,
He's running out of time.
what am I trying to say here? Like, if you're the type of woman who would want to be in the military, and you were gung-ho about these kinds of games for that reason,
Right?
it would feel very off-putting that you can't even pick your gender in this game.
Right. Now, granted, we haven't seen our character, have we?
I don't believe so. So I guess there is that, you know, you can insert your own vision of who you are into this. I guess it's
Right.
just this assumption that everyone around you is a man. All the people you're shooting are men. Like,
It would be odd if
it
you
would
were a
be
woman
very
based on
strange to be the
fact.
solo woman in all of this. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So I agree. And so, yeah, you know, I think Mafia 3, they tried to do something, and they really failed when it came to a feminist viewpoint of Mafia 3. In a way that felt like you're not trying to point out something and like look at society. It's like you are failing as a thing. And here,
Yeah.
it feels like it's just one of those things like, well, this isn't that kind of world, so we're just gonna lean on this military world. It already comes with its own sort of backdrop of, you know, this is a man's world we're playing.
Right.
So I wonder if that's something that, you know, I don't know. Is it their duty to be more inclusive? Is it not?
Is that
And
their
just-
perhaps Call of Duty?
Hey, punning is my job.
Yeah, you're right. Punning is your job.
It's a man's job.
Yeah.
But you're grown is exactly what I'm getting at. Like, does this feel a little bit like, okay, I'm playing another game that does not have me in mind?
Hostiles to northeast.
Yeah, and you know what? You are right. There is something to be said for the fact that, okay, yeah, it was 2007, right? Like, how many women were actually in the military in 2007? But I feel like there were
Combat
enough
roles? I don't think, yeah, exactly. Not a lot.
that this would, like, and,
Now we are making
you know, it's not very modern.
Follow me to the power.
It's not very modern.
Right.
The weapons are modern. The demographics are not. And even the fact that, like, the bad guys, like, post 9/11 world, yeah, maybe those were what that they had in mind for the bad guys, like, sort of like Middle Eastern looking type
Look,
thing. Even their, like,
Final assault has
the
already begun.
symbol on their flag, it
With a
was
little bit
like
more of your sniper support.
guys, it was like
Shooting up snipers.
hands holding
Where is the
swords or
informant?
something.
Not
I mean,
Yeah.
not very like if I'm a white dude, I'm just assuming that this character is a white male character. Like,
So,
Eh,
guys, we've got to reach that
feels
house
kind of
before anything
bad
happens
that
to
I'm
the
shooting
informant.
at
Let's go.
people of color.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, in 2007, I really feel like it was there being like, we have new Nazis, everybody. Don't feel bad. We're killing Nazis. And honestly, in 2007, it was just like Middle Eastern equals bad. There's not
Yeah.
any nuance in this game.
Oh.
And it feels dated in that sense that it's like, oh, we're just straight up doing the Middle Eastern bad guy thing?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. I mean, I guess we just take this as a product of its time. I know it's odd. It's not. I don't want to say this. I'm not trying to say this game is terrible. It's offensive. Don't play it. But it definitely feels like a very specific viewpoint that now today is tired.
Yeah. I mean, and I can't, like, okay, we're 10 years on from this game. You know what? We're still fighting in the Middle East. Like, so, maybe it's not all that far off base. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, there's something to be said for the fact that we're still fighting the same war that this game is meant to be emulating. Like, I know.
I mean, you're completely right. Yeah. I don't know, that's tough. Yeah, we're getting into these conversations, and obviously, you and I have very, very specific political leanings. So,
sure,
they're
absolutely.
going to be people who disagree with us, and that's fine.
100%. Yeah, we are not trying to push our political views on anyone, but we just, these are the kinds of conversations that Tony and I have.
Right, but it is important to note that I think this game does have, and it appeals to a certain demographic and a certain political view.
Yes. No, I agree with you.
But I think it's the same is true for the puzzle game. You look at The Witness, and you know, while you may say, oh, the puzzle game is neutral, I think that their demographic they're going for is like, let's do a thoughtful, reflective experience. And I think that also is a very specific type of game.
Yes, I think The Witness has a very meditative quality to it. So yeah, I mean, people who are playing this game probably aren't the kinds of people who are like gonna meditate. Maybe I'm off base here, but
I literally jumped from The Witness, turned it off, and played this. That's just my gaming experience. I like to do roller coaster gaming. It's just, now that I'm done relaxing, let's kill everybody. That's mine.
You should have done it the other way, Tony. Live and learn.
I should probably should just chill out afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You know.
But yeah, that's the one I did really like that about The Witness or whatever, because it did, like, the puzzles did get trickier, and you know, towards the end of whatever we were playing, we had to look a few things up just because my brain isn't huge.
Right.
but it was very like trying to figure out like the whole tree thing and the apple, and like just like once we figured it out, it was like very zen. It's like, okay, I understand now. Yeah. I'm wizened. I'm going to go do the rest of this. Like, yeah, I really liked that about it.
Well, it felt really good to accomplish that.
Yeah.
And you know what it is here? Instead of there, it's like you're building up your own anxiety because you're like, I can't figure this out. And you feel this sense of, I did it. Here, in this game, it's more about them throwing as much frenetic action at you as possible, that when you get through the entire ordeal, you feel like, oh my god, I can't believe I survived that. But it's not coming from internal. It's entirely external, like how much shit can you take going on at one time.
Right, yeah, in definitely in The Witness, like whatever stress is there, it's your own self-induced stress about not being able to figure out the puzzle. Like, they just put the puzzle in front of you. They're not doing anything to you. They just made a brain teaser that maybe you're frustrated because you can't solve it. But it's not like, oh my god, what's coming next? Oh my god, what is this game? Like, kind of thing. Like this game.
It's like the difference between playing one of those, like, kind of like match 'em up 3 in a row,
right?
Kind of like a crystal games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Candy Crush. Yeah, it's definitely like that. You know, it's definitely the same difference between playing Candy Crush and playing Tetris, because they're very similar. You just make lines of things. But Tetris, you're right, has that like frenetic energy of like, oh my god, they're coming faster. Oh my god, where do I put this? Oh my god, I have to turn it. Oh! But Candy Crush is mostly, my frustration is, oh shit, I should have moved that one over there instead. Whoops.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. That's it. We've narrowed down gaming. All of gaming is either Candy Crush or Tetris. Shut it down. We figured it out.
Now you made me get shot a lot because I wasn't paying attention.
That's what happens when you think about Candy Crush.
I do actually play a lot of Candy Crush. You know, there's like four or five different Candy Crushes.
Yeah, there's like Candy Crush Saga.
So there's the
normal.
original one. There's Soda. There's Jelly. There's Friends.
It's him.
There may be another.
Are you alright?
But
Can you walk?
then
Yes, I can
here's
still
something
fight.
that
Thank
here's
you
a
for
hack.
getting me
Here's a
out of
Candy
it.
Crush hack.
Big Bird, this is Bravo
Time for
7.
Candy
We
Crush
have the
Hack Hour.
Meet us at
I've been playing a lot of Candy Crush because I get bored at my job a lot. Don't tell anyone.
Not telling.
So you can play Candy Crush on your phone.
Mhm.
You can log into an account. You can either do it with Facebook or just using your email address, right?
Okay.
You log in, so you can log in on your phone. You can log in on your tablet. You can even log in on your computer. So all of your games are synced. Every one of those places you're on the same level. Here's a trick. You run out of lives on one of your devices, you pick up the next one, you have full lives. You don't even have to wait.
Oh my god.
So you
I
can
picture
just-
you in a crazy room of like all the devices, and it looks very tech and cool, but you're just playing Candy Crush.
just playing
on all of
Candy
them.
Crush.
That's all you're doing.
Yep. That is my life.
That's amazing. And definitely the conversation I was expecting with Call of Duty.
Yeah, this episode took a sharp left somewhere.
Well, what can I say? Call of Crush.
already attacked Al-Assad.
No,
Candy
their
duty.
invasion begins in a
That
few
sounds
hours. Why?
The Americans
I
are
believe
making
you're about to
mistakes.
accomplish
They will never take
Ooh, am
Al-Assad
I?
alive.
I believe so.
I believe so.
I get increasingly more like, I believe so.
Wait, is that me? Am I Soap McTavish?
Oh, are you?
I
you
mean,
Soap?
I think I'm Soap McTavish. Soap in quotation marks, so clearly it's a nickname.
I think you're right.
But
And
yeah,
I
I
think you
did.
also achieved the trophy
I
Dancing in the
did.
Dark.
I did. I definitely did.
Congratulations on
Thank you.
killing the power. At 52.03% is the Common Arms Trophy, and the trophy of the game. Congratulations on doing the challenge I've presented to you.
Secure the perimeter and grab Al-Assad.
You may continue playing, but get another trophy, and we will end our friendship.
Oh my god.
While you get that stress, let's talk a little bit about sort of the ending stuff, including the Metacritic review game. But before we get into it, let's get kind of your final opinions. You've played enough of the game to know what the gameplay is like.
Yeah.
that, we've
Maybe a couple little added extras. You didn't hit any of the major story beats.
Right.
This is more about, is this game going to be worth downloading? An old person who has limited time in their life to be playing video games, but fucking love them.
Okay.
Got a visual
If
on the
you
target.
are a fan of first-person shooters and war-type games and being stressed out while you're playing the game because it just keeps throwing more shit at you,
Stand by for
absolutely 100% this is the game for you, though you probably already own this game, so
Right. How have you not owned this already?
if you're like me and you hate this kind of game, you're probably not going to get much joy out of it. And I've been very Marie Kondoing my life, KonMari methoding my life, and I would
Are
say
you
that
holding
this
this game?
this game
not
does
getting
not
the-
spark joy for me, and therefore I personally would not download this one.
I hear you.
Yeah.
But being kind of forced into it, did you enjoy yourself? Did you enjoy
Yeah,
this experience?
yeah, I did.
Let's go!
To be honest, I really did. The only problem I had with the controls was, like I said, bumping into other people. Like the collision detectors are like slightly off from what I'm used to, or maybe that's just because the other first-person experience, the other first-person shooter I play all the time is Overwatch, and you literally cannot collide with your teammates. Like you just walk through each other. You can collide with the enemy. Like you can actually like jump on top of the enemy and stand on them because it knows that they're like not on your team. But like I can't bump into any of my teammates. So maybe I just am skewed by that. I don't know, but it's very jarring to me. So there's that. But yeah,
You also had some problems in the tutorial and with the Claymore scene. So did the game do a good job of sort of telling you how to do things?
Yeah, there's like, I was like, where am I supposed to go? Right at the beginning, I was like, what am I supposed to be doing? Because I was like, I'm probably supposed to be shooting the targets. And I tried one of the lanes, but it didn't like specify. I thought maybe when I like went in there, it would light up. No, I was just like, what am I meant to be doing? But maybe that's, and like the flash here, the flashbang thing. I think that's on me. I think that I just wasn't paying enough attention to what we were supposed to be doing. That I just whatever. But the aiming is good. Like the everything is pretty responsive. The guns and reloading is very smooth. Like the mechanics of the game they're perfectly adequate. Like they're not like anything to write home about, but I wouldn't like get frustrated at them for any real reason. So.
Does it feel like a 2007 game, or does it feel like a modern game?
It feels like as if they were trying to make a modern game in a 2007 style. If that makes sense.
No. Yeah. So it feels like a remix.
Yeah, it definitely feels like they like just it definitely feels just reskinned more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what they were going for. So in that sense, I would say they accomplished their goal.
Absolutely.
Okay, so are you good to do the Metacritic game?
Yeah.
Here's how we play. I'm going to tell you, you're going to give me your rating for this game from 0 to 100. And I'm going to read to you the highest and the lowest critic ratings without the numbers they were assigned. And we're going to compare that to our kind of combined score and see if we went higher or lower than Metacritic average.
Okay.
So I'm going to start off by saying to you that I didn't actually play the game, but I watched a lot of footage of not just this game, but also a lot of Call of Duty games. Because honestly, I was nervous I was going to come in here and go like, you shoot people.
Yeah.
Like, I would know nothing. So I kind of overcompensated. So I feel comfortable giving a review here.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that, you know, as far as the game was, ignoring my own biases, I would say that this game is a 75.
Okay.
I think that they did a fine job remastering what is considered to be a very good game of its time, but that it hasn't aged perfectly, especially when it comes to story elements and some of the gameplay elements, like as far as how it teaches you things and some of those little things that games have perfected. So for me, it's a 75.
Okay.
Where would you go?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. I definitely would not give it much higher than a 75. I wouldn't give it any lower either. I think 75 is a pretty good score for this game.
All right, so we're both in agreement, 75. Let's see what the critics say. On the high end, Attack of the Fanboy said the following. Fans of Call of Duty shouldn't have had to wait this long for the definitive edition of a classic. I don't know if you've noticed, but all of the top reviewers, they tend to have like these very short reviews. It's kind of a common motif.
Well, I wonder if those are just snippets of like a longer piece that they just aren't pulling. Yeah,
maybe, but I mean, get ready for this doozy of a negative because they tend to give us everything here. Stevivor says the following. The game itself remains unchanged, and while an excellent game in its day, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered often shows its true age, with animations looking just a little clunky by today's standards, and a few small missteps that were present in the original, which could have and should have been amended in this new and improved version. So, with those two ratings, it sounds like you kind of were agreeing with those points.
Yeah.
With those two ratings, what do you think? Did our combined score of 75 go higher or lower than Metacritic average?
I think we're lower. Actually, I have a question before I actually answer that. Are the reviews that you're reviewing just for are we just reviewing the remastered edition? Like, just the parts of the remaster? We're not actually... Okay.
It's just the remaster, and the score reflects the remaster.
Okay.
The original got a 95.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Then I think we went slightly lower. Not like a terrible amount lower, but...
As always, Lauren, you're killing it. We did go slightly lower. The Metacritic average was 83.
Huh. Huh.
Not only did you accomplish the trophy challenge, but you accomplished the Metacritic game. You killed it this episode.
I'm so good. Ooh, who's shooting me? Where's my team?
I just got done praising you. You cannot have lost your team and now be dying. That's... kidding.
I'm the best at this.
You are the best. Last segment of the show, is it worth downloading? Here's some data to keep in mind before we give our final judgment. From HowLongToBeat.com, which tells you how long to beat things.
Oh my
the time
gosh,
thing
never
is
would've guessed.
crazy, right? The main campaign will take you about 6 hours, assuming you're relatively confident. It'll take you 6 hours.
Okay.
If you want to do the main, all the extras, see all the sites, do all the extra objectives, you're going to be looking at 75 hours. But in a weird twist, to accomplish everything in this game, including all the kind of multiplayer stuff, that will go you well far and beyond the trophy requirements. To get the completion of this game, you're only looking at about 20 hours.
Okay. That's
At
not
a
bad.
disk size of, yeah. At a disk size of 39.92 gigabytes and a regular retail price of $39.99, what do you, Lauren, who was just killed by a grenade, think?
Okay.
Is it worth downloading or not?
So you said that it's $39.99
$39.99.
and it's 32 gigs. You know,
39 gigs.
oh, it's 39 gigs. So you're basically paying $1 per gigabyte.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, give it a download. I mean,
Yeah.
why not? If you have the disk space, download it. If you don't, just put it in your library for later.
I
yeah.
agree with you. And this is not my type of game. And I downloaded it, even though, like I said, I haven't played it yet. And the reason I did was, this is not my type of game.
Yeah.
But this is the definitive first-person shooter military game. This is the one. And I
Yeah.
feel like, you know what? I want to see what it's all about.
Yeah.
I think that this is worth downloading, period. No caveats. If The Witness is your type of game, great. Enjoy The Witness, get frustrated with those puzzles, but then come and play this game. Come see what it's like.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, do it the other way. Do it the other way. Play this one. Play this frantic, fast-paced, oh my god, they're shooting me with grenades game. And then go play some relaxing puzzles that are colorful and pretty.
Friendly's moving up!
I wish you were in Metacritic, because I want someone to read those reviews. It is perfect.
Oh my gosh. How do you become a quote-unquote game critic? Do you just have to have a blog where you like write shit about games and then they include you in Metacritic? Or do you have to have like a certain amount of followers in order for that to be
You know
like
what it actually is? It's actually an interesting point. You have to have, first of all, you have to practice standard amounts of journalism credentials. So you have to have sources and follow up and
Yeah.
be considered a journalist in the real sense of the word.
Sure.
And then you do have to have enough clout in the industry that other reviewers vote you in as sort of a
I
person
see.
that has real influence. So it's a bit of a kind of a old boys club,
Yeah.
but in the sense that everyone who's a reviewer is somebody with some legitimate clout.
Sure. Well, I guess that's good, because sometimes I'll look at the reviews and like the names of the reviewers are like, I don't even know, they're weird, crazy things.
Like
And I'm just
Survivor.
like, how did you get on there?
Right. Bob from Middle of Illinois says,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, Bob.
Well, unless you have any final comments.
No, I think I'm commented out. We had quite the conversation this time.
We did talk, and you managed to kill everyone while talking. That is multitasking.
I'm actually quite impressed by that. Normally I can only do one thing or the other.
She can't chew gum and walk, but she can talk and kill.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Well,
What are we doing next time, Tony? Do we know yet?
Well, let's talk about it. You know, that's it for this show.
Yeah.
And I just want our fans to know that no matter what, every episode of Two Gamers One Trophy will end with a pun related to the title of the game we're playing. Despite vehement protests from an unnamed co-host, we pun lovers will emerge victorious in this battle of vocabulary remastery. We will survive this modern warfare, for wordplay is our call of duty.
Oh my gosh. I think that was the worst one yet.
Or the best one. It really is just a matter of
That's subjective. cool. I think there's more script, but I put mine away. So you just go at it.
That's okay. You tell us where we can watch more episodes if you want to catch up
right.
on 2 Gamers.
So, obviously you can. Vehicles keep exploding on me. Obviously you can find us on twitch.tv/2gamers1trophy because that's where you are right now, probably. And after the fact, we broadcast. So we broadcast on Thursdays at 7. After that, you can catch all of our back episodes on YouTube at 2gamers1trophy. That's the numeral 2, and then the numeral 1. And they're not Roman numerals; they're Arabic. So there's that.
Thank you. Yeah. A quick thank you to our title music provided by Stu here. You can find more of his work on Spotify. And next Thursday, we're going back to the back catalog. So dust off your PS Plus library and find out what we're playing live here on Twitch next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
I love the back catalog.
We're going to dust it off. We're going to be coughing, but we're going to figure it out.
Great. Well, we will see you back here Thursday, next Thursday, whatever that date is. I don't know. The 27th, maybe? Numbers?
No,
sure.
28.
28.
Whatever Thursday is.
Whatever next Thursday is. You know numbers. People listening, you know calendars. I don't. At 7 p.m. We'll see you then. Have a good night. Peace out, yo. I'm sure. Bye.